Hi, Miss Noreen.
Hey, Miss Carrie, how are you?
I'm good. I'm inside my house right now, which is why I'm not wearing a mask, but I'm so excited about our Ocean Kittles program.
Oh, so am I. I'm in my house also. That's why I'm not wearing a mask. And guess what?
What?
I was going through my garage and I came up with this. Do you know what it is?
Well, I know it's a net.
It's not a butterfly net, it's a seashell net.
Oh
This
my,
is what I gather my seashells with.
do you mean that that's what you used to bring me back these two seashells?
Exactly, exactly. And I collect seashells every year, and this is just some of them.
Oh,
Just a few.
that's a lot of seashells, Noreen. Do you have a favorite?
I sure do. My favorite is probably this one. It's so different,
Oh my goodness. That's gorgeous. It almost looks like a flower.
doesn't it? It's several seashells that found their way together in the ocean and
That's
stayed that way.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love things from the ocean. I have these sand dollars. I have a small one, a medium
Wow.
one, and then let me see if I can hold these all up. A big one.
Wow, that's huge. Those are so hard to find. I found a few, and most of the time they're broken. See, like this one's a little broken here, and it's not as white as yours. And they're very, very delicate. Like a piece just came out in my hand.
Wow. Yeah, I think they're so pretty, and I'm gonna hold it really close to the camera so that the kids can see the little sort of flower shape right there in the middle of it.
Isn't that pretty? All sand dollars usually have that in the middle if you can find them.
That's so cool. Another thing that I found in my house that looks like it would come from the ocean is this
Oh,
crocheted
cute.
octopus that my daughter made.
That is so cute.
Yep,
Oh,
and
look at that. Just like octopuses with the arms that kind of go out.
yeah, exactly. So I'm really excited. What else are we going to do for our Kittles program today, Miss Noreen?
Well, I am going to read a book called The Sea Knows.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's really good.
Looking forward to it.
The Sea Knows by Alice B. McGinty and Alan B. Havis. Illustrated by Stephanie Liberis. And do we remember what illustrated means? It means the person that made the pictures for the book. Published by Simon and Schuster. The Sea Knows. We are young, the sea is old. The sea has secrets to unfold. The sea knows. The sea knows huge. The sea knows small. The sea knows short. The sea knows tall. The sea knows spots. The sea knows shiny. The sea knows smooth. The sea knows spiny. The sea knows strong. The sea knows weak. The sea knows hide. The sea knows seek. The sea knows stars and shallow pools. Below it knows alluring jewels. The sea knows worlds of red and gold. The sea knows bright. The sea knows bold. Those are great colors, aren't they? The sea knows white and orange too. The sea knows silver and green and blue and blue and blue. The sea knows depths as black as ink. The sea knows float, the sea knows sink. The sea knows splash, the sea knows bubbles. Brrrr. The sea knows crash, the sea knows trouble. The sea knows wind and waves that tower. The sea knows storm, the sea knows power. The sea knows when the storm should cease. The sea knows calm, and the sea knows peace. You can learn more about what the sea knows at the back of this book if you check it out at the Deerfield Public Library. There's lots to know about the sea and the oceans around us. And that's the end. The Sea Knows.
Little Turtle and the Changing Sea, written by Becky Davies, illustrated by Jenny Poe, published by Tiger Tales. It began with a thunderstorm. The rain lashed and the waves crashed as Little Turtle pushed her way out of the nest and onto the wet sand. She needed to be quick. One flipper in front of the other, she pulled herself down the beach toward the safety of the sea. Thunder rumbled in the sky as Little Turtle slipped into the sea for the very first time. The water rose to meet her, and she was tossed and turned in the spray. Which way was up? Tiny turtles splashed all around her, calling, "Swim, swim!" Just when Little Turtle's flippers were tiring, she managed to hitch a ride. Her journey had begun. Warm currents carried Little Turtle over a carpet of color. She danced with the swaying seagrass. She swam with fish of every shape and size. "What beauty!" she said. Happy and content, Little Turtle climbed into a cozy hole in a rock and slept. Months passed, and Turtle was no longer little. She had outgrown her hideaway. But she would never outgrow the ocean. Turtle swam onward through miles of dazzling open water. She was alone, but she didn't feel lonely. The ocean was her friend. At last, Turtle's journey was complete. She had made it to the other side of the world. "Home," sighed Turtle, and what a home it was. Foraging and feeding, Turtle lived there happily for many years, until one day it was time for her to return to the beach across the ocean where she had been born. She made this same journey many times, but found that each time the trip was different. She saw new sights, made new friends, and welcomed some new little turtles into the world. Turtle, too, was different. As she grew each year, her love for the ocean grew with her. Then one day, the ocean itself was different. What do you see here? That's right, garbage. Colors disappeared, and Turtle found strange new creatures swimming beside her. "Friend?" she asked, but she was met with silence. The strangeness grew and grew. Nothing looked the same, and Turtle felt lost in the place she knew most. The ocean no longer felt like a friend. "Hello?" she spoke into the darkness. But Turtle was alone. Just when Turtle thought her journey was over, figures emerged from the strangeness and swam toward her. Turtle was free. Little by little, She watched as they tended to the seagrass, the coral, and her friends. Then they cleaned up the garbage. "Thank you," she said. They had returned her to the ocean and began to return Turtle's ocean to her. It was beautiful once more, and she loved it with her whole heart. In the back of the book, we can read a note from the author, glossary of terms, information about the 3 R's, the plastic problem, and how garbage gets into the ocean. We can also read more information about how plastic hurts marine life, a timeline that shows how long some things can last in the ocean. I was shocked to find out that a plastic water bottle can last for 450 years in the ocean. Most importantly, there's a section right here on what you can do to help. To make your turtle craft, you're going to need the supplies from your craft kit, including 1 piece of blue paper, a green cupcake liner, 4 smaller green circles, 1 larger green circle, and the tail. From home, you'll need to supply glue or a glue stick and something to color your ocean scene with. I'm using colored pencils, but you can use crayons or markers, whatever you have around the house. The first step will be to flatten your cupcake liner so that it can lay flat against the blue paper. Then you're going to take some glue and glue it down to the paper. It's important to glue only in the center in the beginning so we have a place to put our head and flippers. Press that down real firmly so that it sticks to the blue paper, and you're ready to add the head and flippers. I'm going to take the green head, add it to my turtle shell, and I'm going to sort of tuck it underneath, right about at the edge there, just so that it sticks out from underneath the cupcake liner. Do the same thing with the 4 smaller circles, and you'll put them around like flippers. Once you've got your 4 flippers in place, you'll add the tail, and then you're going to be ready to glue the rest of the cupcake liner down to the paper. I just sort of lift it up and put glue around where the cupcake liner would land. Now that I've got everything in place, I'm going to add a happy face to my turtle. And now it's time to add some ocean details. And here's the finished product. You see that my turtle is swimming up towards the top of the ocean. I've added some waves, a few pieces of seaweed, some sand, and some air bubbles coming out of its mouth. Maybe your turtle will be swimming down. Will there be seashells, some coral? We would love to see your picture. Ask your grown-up to post it on our social media pages. We hope you had fun at our Ocean KiDLS program today. See you next time.
Miss Noreen, I really loved reading those books together and learning about the ocean. I bet you love seeing the ocean when you're there in Florida.
I sure do, and I love hearing it also.
The sounds are so cool of the crashing waves. What did you love about the book that you read?
I love that it showed that the sea knows everything. It knows what the weather is. It knows what animals are in it. It's just an amazing power.
It is, and it's so important for us to be a friend to the ocean. And we can be a friend to the ocean by doing things like not using plastic drinking straws. You can turn off the water when you're brushing your teeth. When you're with your grown-up, you can safely pick up litter and garbage at the beach. And you can use a reusable water bottle instead of a plastic water bottle.
Those are such great suggestions, Miss Carrie.
We hope you had fun at our Ocean KiDLS. Bye, everybody.
See you.